How far would you say that politics has set back public transit in our city?
Easily a few decades, probably more.
Oh, I would say not years, but decades. You look at what we have done in the last 30 years, and you realize that it's been extremely dismal. There's almost nothing significant being done or has been done on public transit.
Politics and public transit. It could be argued the two are about as compatible as oil and water. Some transit experts will tell you that some of the decision-making behind me in the walls at City Hall and in political corners around our city have done about as much to derail transit plans as they have put them on track. For example, here on Queen Street West, there's been many serious discussions about building an underground rail corridor from east to west. So serious that below Osgood Station, just a couple blocks away, there's actually a platform there. Transit experts agree, and critics as well say there needs to be a serious rethink when it comes to transit planning in Toronto.
Transit planning is all about having a press release, of running an election campaign, of making promises of things you can't possibly deliver because they weren't practical to begin with. I don't know how you get back from that.
It's an understandably pessimistic point of view when you consider just a snippet of our history. Back in 1994, there was a big groundbreaking ceremony to build an Eglinton West subway line. 1 year later, the new Mike Harris government canceled the subway plan, even filling in the holes that had already been dug. The light rail Eglinton crosstown, now under construction, is set to cost about 10 times more than the old subway plan. Here's the space below Osgood Station, built for an underground Queen West line that never got on track. And take a look at Toronto's current TTC subway map. If we added the underground east-west Queen Rail corridor, which was to go from Trinity Bellwoods east to around Logan and then up to Don Mills, then add the Eglinton West subway line and complete the Shepherd line to Scarborough Town Centre as it was initially intended, we would have dozens more kilometers of underground rail connecting the city. A vision that could have been. And today, it has Toronto's transit gurus steaming.
What we have to do is to take politics out of decision-making. And
how do we do that?
An independent budget office in the government of Ontario, working independently from the influence of politicians or the bureaucrats. Then, once we have the independent budget office, we can do a standard benefit cost analysis. We can inform the people that this is the cost of extending the subway to Scarborough. These are the benefits, these are the costs. And then let politicians decide what they have to.
The biggest mistake politicians have made, and maybe even the public, has been just the constant debate about transit as opposed to building it. We're opening up a subway in less than 30 days. It'll be the first one in 15 years in this city. And I think that's where you see sometimes the failing of process and politics over building. And so I think we've got to stop getting kind of caught in that quagmire and just keep advancing transit. We really should never stop.
TTC Committee Chair Josh Cole, you just heard from there, says that there is momentum now underway. We're currently invested in a $150 million study looking at a downtown relief line, and that they're starting to prioritize plans as they plan for the future. Though some could say it's a little, too late as we look at the Scarborough subway, which is currently underway. That is a one-stop subway for north of $3.5 billion.